Thursday to the Ungovernables, the captain's crew, the LFA family, McGroin Nation, coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned on this third day of July, 2025. What is today? What is today? What is significant about the date? July 3rd. Let's see if anybody in the chat knows what I'm going for here. July 3rd. Why is that date significant in American history? We will see if anybody in the chat can come up with the answer that I am, of course, looking for. There may be more than one right answer, but the answer that I'm looking for is something I happen to be very interested in. One of the things that I'm extremely interested in. But tomorrow, obviously, is the 4th of July. It is America Birthday Eve. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Big, beautiful bill. Yes, there it is, H.R. Shaw. It is the 162nd anniversary of the third day of fighting and the conclusion of the Battle of Gettysburg. That is what today is. July 3rd, 1863, Pickett's Charge, the Confederate defeat at Gettysburg, and likewise General Meade's victory at Gettysburg. And so there you have the 162nd anniversary. Now tomorrow is the 4th of July, right? 249th birthday. 249th birthday of the United States of America. Right now, Hakeem Jeffries is still talking on the floor of the House, right? Is he still talking?
Yes, I just checked this out. Yeah,
he is still going. He is still going. Now, it's a de facto filibuster. It's referred to as the magic minute. Basically, when you have these bills being debated, the rest of your conference can donate their time to somebody, and that somebody can then just go ahead and use that time however the hell he sees fit. And that's where Hakeem Jeffries has it. So there is going to be a limitation. I don't know exactly. I'm not exactly sure what that time limit is today. But there is going to be what appears, or there should be, some sort of limitation on how long Hakeem Jeffries can continue to keep this up. We're going to have an update from the LFA TV correspondent, or field correspondent, Ed Szall from Alligator Alcatraz. He's got some news he wants to talk about. In about 15 minutes, we're going to hear from Ed. And the bill, the one big beautiful bill, is most likely going to pass once Hakeem Jeffries is done. Blah, 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 blah. This guy, calling him Dollar Store Obama, I think is giving him too much value. It's giving him too much value, I think. Yesterday, there was some drama, obviously some drama overnight with the one big beautiful bill and the passage. And yesterday I decided I made a post, and I'm going to start with this because of the grandstanding buffoon known as Thomas Massie. Grandstanding buffoon. Whose haircut looks like undercooked linguine, right? You look at his haircut. Undercooked linguine. What a disgrace. Do you guys know what happened on May 30th, 2023? On May 30th, 2023, Thomas Massie, the Thomas Massie, delivered the deciding vote, 7-6, to move the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2023 out of the House Rules Committee to allow it to come to a full vote in the House. What did this bill do? This bill allowed the debt ceiling, which Thomas Massie tells you he's so principled, right? This bill allowed the debt ceiling to be suspended for the remainder of Joe Biden's term. After he voted it out of committee, the following day, the same principled Thomas Massie voted yes on the bill to pass it, which, as I said, suspended the debt ceiling and allowed unlimited borrowing until January 1st, 2025. Now, of course, the principled, esteemed Thomas Massie alone had the power to kill that bill in committee if he really cared, if he really had principles, but he passed on that opportunity. Massie essentially handed Joe Biden a blank check and said, spend away. He doesn't care about debt. He doesn't care about spending. And this guy is not principled. He's a grandstander who does nothing but complain about legislation while offering nothing in its place. It's one thing if you're upset about legislation and you offer something in its place. This guy doesn't do that. He needs to be primaried and replaced. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen, I think. A 23% approval rating in his district right now in Kentucky. I am not jealous of Thomas Massie's position. Not one bit. Especially not right now, because he's stuck in the House chamber listening to Hakeem Jeffries spout off about nonsense. All right. The one big beautiful bill will likely pass later in the day. We are going to have an update from Alligator Alcatraz as well from Ed Szall. A little bit of information coming in through there. And this hack judge, how about this judge yesterday finding a new way to essentially issue a nationwide injunction, which he's not supposed to be doing, but was it Scalia? No, I don't think it was Scalia. It was one of these other. It was Alito, not Scalia. Scalia. Didn't Scalia die? I don't think Scalia is with us anymore. Alito called this and said that the nationwide injunctions will go away, but they'll just replace it with something else. Exactly what's going on right now with this judge that's essentially trying to force Donald Trump to reopen the border and let everybody back in again. Plus, update from CBS, they're paying Trump a whole lot of moolah. So it's going to be a very interesting donation that CBS will be making to Donald Trump's presidential library. All right. We have that. We got live calls second half of the show. Before we do all that, I want to talk to you about our friends over at OFP Farms. It's OFPfarms.com. Promo code Shawn, SHAWN, OFPfarms.com. Folks, Christmas in July. That is the sale that is going on right now over at OFPfarms.com. It is a 35% off sale for OFP Farms. OFPfarms.com. Folks, bring out the holiday cheer. OFP Farms just decked the Star-Spangled Halls with their Christmas in July sale. Use your code Shawn to save 35% off while roasting chestnuts on a beach bonfire. As the sun sizzles, revel in the joy of the not-quite season with naturally fabulous goat milk and tallow products. That's OFPfarms.com. Promo code SHAWN for 35% off. Take a look at this video.
Hey, y'all. Celebrate Christmas in July with a sale from OFP Farms. Goat milk soap so creamy you'd think the goats were bottling pure American spirit. Even Uncle Sam can't help but tip his hat at the scent of freedom. Don't wait. Deck your Star-Spangled Halls now with 35% off. Stock up on our rich patriotic goat milk soaps, lotions, and lip balms. Or treat someone special with one of our famous gift sets. Because this sale ensures that you'll be sparkling brighter than the fireworks on the 4th. So, saddle up and treat yourself to a sudsy salute to the red, white, and bleak. Visit OFP Farms, where every wash is a celebration of American grit and goat glamour. Yeehaw.
OFPfarms.com, promo code Shawn, SHAWN, OFPfarms.com, promo code Shawn, SHAWN, 35% off.
That's Corey's voice?
I don't know whose voice that is.
Because that's impressive.
It is impressive. Now,
I like that voice.
If that's Corey and Corey can do a Sam Elliott impression, dude.
You know what? Whoever's voice that is needs to read the Bible.
Yes.
Like an audiobook Bible.
That would be good.
How relaxing would that be?
I think if that's Corey, and I'm going to say if that's Corey, then what Corey needs to do is he's got to get on TikTok and do that about OFP Farms, and it'll be crazy. Because let me tell you something. Take it from me, okay? Take it from me. The silliest stuff goes viral on TikTok, okay? Yeah. Because, that's what happened, right? That's what happened. This is what happened. I went on TikTok. I said, we love China, right? We love China. It's a beautiful place. No. It wasn't me. I can't go that far. I can't do it. I would have to change it. I don't know. Maybe it's AI. That was like a Sam Elliott AI. I don't know.
I'm going to say that's Corey.
I'm going to say it's Corey. Let's see.
We know why Denise married him.
That's right. Because he's got a deep voice. He could do like
Wanda said.
He could do like movie In a World, right? Like one of those things, right? Yeah. In a world where the goats escaped the Ayatollah's cave and they found their way to a sanctuary at OFP Farms. Into the dramatic music. Bah! And they're making soap out of the goat milk instead of the goats getting rammed things up their butts by the Ayatollah. Yeah, that would be funny. All right. That would be pretty funny, I think. So if that's Corey, I would say if that is Corey, That would be really good. All right. We had to have a little fun at the expense of the Ayatollah, right? At the expense of the Ayatollah. Okay. I was watching this documentary about the 2004 Boston Red Sox and Francesa's in the, it was a very interesting baseball game. All right. We got another sponsor in the word from our friends over at My Patriot Supply. It's mypatriotsupply.com. Big 4th of July sale. Big, beautiful 4th of July sale at mypatriotsupply.com. Look, the headlines are getting crazier every single day, especially with goats escaping from the Ayatollah's cave and going to California. They're getting crazy. We got an unstable situation in the Middle East, reports of sleeper cells in the United States, and the looming threat of nuclear proliferation. See, nobody knows what's coming. But one thing is absolutely clear. When a crisis hits, it's too late to prepare. That's why I want you to grab the Independence Day bundle from mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. It includes a massive 1-year emergency food supply. And right now, they're throwing in over $1,200 in free survival gear with it. Okay, talking about a full year of food. And by the way, this food has a 25-year shelf life. 25-year shelf life. So you get it this year, no crisis, but in 15 years, something bad happens, you still got the food. It's not going bad. 25-year shelf life, full year of food. You're also getting solar backup power, water filtration, everything you need to ride out whatever may be coming with lightning fast free shipping. Prepare now. Don't have to worry about preparing later. Check out this bundle now at mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. That is mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. It's more than just a great deal, by the way. It may be your last best chance to get your house in order. But this special offer, it's not going to last long. It's not going to last forever. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. Take care of all of this right now. mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. That's mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. All right, Alligator Alcatraz has been obviously a very interesting topic of conversation. And we are waiting on our LFA TV correspondent, Ed Szall. He's got some interesting news about Alligator Alcatraz. Before we get to Alligator Alcatraz, though, I would like to get to this story about the judge. Okay, not the hog judge, but another hack judge that is essentially trying to force Donald Trump to throw open the border once again. He's trying to force Donald Trump to throw open the border once again. This is an Obama-era judge, a politically appointed hack of a judge in robes. Take a look at this story. A D.C. judge now is allowing all illegal immigrants to seek asylum, halting deportations. What we say, how can he do this? How can he do this? I thought nationwide injunctions, I thought this whole, legislating from the bench thing is done. I thought it was over. Well, apparently not. And this was something that was called and essentially predicted by Justice Sam Alito. President Donald Trump must allow illegal immigrants to file for asylum regardless of the impact on his mandate to raise deportation rates, says a district court judge in Washington, D.C. The administration must also, quote, provide relief to recently deported migrants who may want to file for asylum in the United States, the Wednesday judgment says. The ruling by Judge Randolph Moss may crash Trump's deportation policy because it would force officials to release illegal aliens or detain them at great expense while judges consider asylum pleas. The judgment, of course, is going to be appealed. But it argues that the pro-asylum laws passed by Congress decades ago override Trump's January 20th proclamations. Trump's proclamation denied migrants the right to file for amnesty except when made at official entrances to the United States. The proclamation allows immigrants and customs enforcement and other agencies to quickly deport migrants without any need to detain them for months or years needed to resolve asylum pleas in court. Now, this is what this judge essentially is doing. So we know that nationwide injunctions have gone by the wayside, right? We know that nationwide injunctions are gone and these courts are not supposed to be doing things like this. But here's where we're at. This judge blocked the Trump administration policy barring migrants who cross the U.S.-Mexico border from seeking asylum in the U.S., issuing a major blow to President Donald Trump, who has sought to seal off access to those protections on the border. Trump White House aide and advisor Stephen Miller blasted the judge for circumventing the Supreme Court's ruling on nationwide injunctions. Quote, to try to circumvent the Supreme Court's ruling on nationwide injunctions, a Marxist judge has declared that all potential future illegal aliens on foreign soil are part of a protected global class entitled to admission into the United States. Okay, so in other words, it didn't do a nationwide injunction. It was more like this, a class action lawsuit. A class action lawsuit. This is what Justice Alito predicted. Let me see if I could find this. This was something I was reading about this last night. For some reason, there we go. Justice Alito called this. And he said this in the recent decision, the birthright citizenship decision. Alito wrote in this decision, which was, authored by Amy Coney Barrett, but Alito wrote the following. District courts should not view today's decision as an invitation to certify nationwide classes without scrupulous adherence to the rigors of Rule 23. Otherwise, the universal injunction will return the universal injunction will return from the grave under the guise of nationwide class relief. That's exactly what this judge just did to try and force Donald Trump from joining the border, force Donald Trump to open the border. All right, so that's where we're at now. Alito called this, and it was unfortunately something that was coming. We do have the great Ed Szall. He is going to be joining us in just a moment. Ed Szall is joining us in just a moment with an update on Alligator Alcatraz. I want to show you some footage that Ed got down there the other day with his drone. This is a really cool video, and on the other side of this video, we're going to speak to Ed about some of the updates that are coming from Alligator Alcatraz. So up until this point, enjoy this, and we'll be back with Ed Szall in just a minute. All right, we are joined right now by the great Ed Szall with an update on Alligator Alcatraz. Ed, thank you for jumping on. What do you got for us today? How's it going? First of all, how was it down there when this place opened?
Oh, it was a madhouse. It was quite peaceful, quite serene, and well guarded, of course. And I'm not just speaking about the brave men and women of law enforcement who were helping to both protect and build this wonderful facility in the Everglades, but I'm also speaking about those little critters who don't get the credit they deserve. I mean,
Yeah.
all the gators, all the snakes, all the mosquitoes who are showing up for duty every single day now to protect this detention facility and make it inhospitable to come into this country illegally. It was a good time down there, Sean. Of course, you saw the drone footage that we were able to grab for LFA. I think I'm the only guy that got drone footage that day or this week because there was a small window when President Trump's plane was grounded due to weather. And basically the weather was so bad that no one was looking up at the sky. So I was able to get the drone up there. But we not only saw the facility you saw there, it's not only surrounded by swamp, But it's enormous. I mean, that facility, they say it's going to potentially be able to house about 5,000 male gang members that are being interned and held until their eventual deportation back to their countries of origin. But it has room for expansion if they ever want it. It can be used as an operations center, maybe for Southcom. There's a bunch of options. But I think that the real story with Alligator Alcatraz is how quickly we were able to stand it up in our state, and two, just the international deterrence that now has been formed. You got to think, if you're not just a gang member, let's say you're just a happy-go-lucky illegal immigrant who's thinking about coming to America to work a job on the side and live here illegally, send money back, so part of it goes to the cartel and all this other stuff. You're thinking about that. Now you're thinking, is there a chance I could end up in that hellhole? The answer is yes. And I'd say it was a successful campaign by the Trump administration to deter and pressure against this illegal invasion.
Well, Ed, let me ask you a question because I think you may have some updates from Alligator Alcatraz. I think we should offer, this is what we call it, Ed. We call it the Alligator Alcatraz Challenge, okay? If you escape and you survive, you get citizenship. I think that's what we should do. I think it's a great idea. Now, you ran into a few gators. I know that.
Well, Sean, I can tell you right now.
Oh, don't try it.
They will chase you. They will chase you.
They're going to chase you.
I ran into two 15-foot gators as I was trying to gather the footage. And those gators, they were not happy puppies. I tried to do the zigzag. That didn't work. You got to run straight if you're getting chased by one of those bad boys. So, yeah, that happened.
That's awesome. That is
what
funny.
an assignment. You got to give Jeremy some crap for this one. Ed, go find some video of alligators next to the prison. Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. I got trapped. I saw a 50-footer. I'm like, bingo.
Oh, 50-footer now. Hey, that's
15. 50-footer. Yes,
15.
It's a 50-foot alligator. That's a great one.
Okay, he went back in time, and he found one of those big ones. Yeah, one of those big ones.
Yeah, it's a prehistoric. They are. I mean, you saw the video of it walking away. That's something out of that's something.
I wouldn't want to mix it up. I wouldn't want to walk in on one of those guys in a dark alley. Let's just say that, or even in a bright alley. I just don't want to be that close to an alligator. Okay, in that point. Well, so you've got updates from Alligator Alcatraz. Some stuff you want to talk about. What's the latest over there? What do you got?
Yes. So on a serious note, so the question always is when you see protesters now. Right? How fake is it? Right? It's never organic. It's never the local people coming out. It's never what it seems. And certainly the Everglades and Alligator Alcatraz was no different. As it turns out, Antifa was actually organizing the protests at the facility. And the way I was able to figure this out,
no kidding,
is what's that?
I said no kidding, Antifa.
Yeah, no kidding. And the way I was able to figure this out was I went up to, it's already kind of weird. You see a bunch of Hispanics, you see a bunch of American Indians, or people at least look like that. And then they're being corralled and managed by like 30 to 40-year-old white women, right? Uh-huh. You're like, okay, well, this is kind of weird. That doesn't look like that was an organic group put together. It's not a church group by any means. They're all wearing the same T-shirts. So what I did is, as soon as I got there, I mingled amongst them. Of course, they see a brown guy. They're like, oh, he must be here for the protest. Okay, so I followed the conga line back to the water station and back to their staging area, and I was just asking questions, asking people from the organizers. I'm like, hey, where's our bus? Where are we supposed to meet up with organizers? And how are we getting paid for this? Like, how are they going to send it? And so what I found, first of all, they gave me a copy of their pamphlet. That was just for the organizers, internal. They're not giving this out to everybody. They're not leaving this as litter in front of the facility. So with that, it's called the South Florida Solidarity. All right, and you go to their link stack, which is the QR code from this thing. You actually see all the other protests. The protests they've been involved. They're professional agitators. This group out of Boca Raton, and they've got international support. They've got national support from places like Act Blue and George Soros. They've been involved in every single protest activity that Antifa and the loony left has been orchestrating in the last 6 months, to include the anti-ICE protests, the stop the country after President Trump was inaugurated, and the attack on Teslas. And lastly, they've been big on the pro-Palestine stuff. So
Yeah.
these are protesters for hire. They were hired to come out for the Everglades. And one thing I found, Sean, is one of the members of this group. Her name is Gabby or Peza. She is in prison right now for threatening to kill pro-life workers
Oh,
who
wow.
work at a facility, trying
She
to save
sounds nice.
babies, to try to advise, families. Like, there's an alternative to murdering your child. She, among others from this group, were threatening to murder the people that were running the facility. So
Oh, my
one of their
goodness.
members is in jail, and that's the group that was protesting outside Alligator Alcatraz on Tuesday.
Wow. So you ran into these people? Did you get I wonder if they were, you said they saw a brown guy, so they said, hey, this is one of us, right? Because they play the race card. So they were paid, you're saying they were paid to show up to protest this facility.
The organizers were being paid a day rate to
Okay.
handle the people and to manage getting people onto the buses, manage the water station, make sure no one got too extreme, too crazy. I'll say this is that I did catch on camera some of the paid protesters confronting Enrique Tarrio of the Proud Boys. They were getting in his face, they were screaming, and then out of nowhere, one of these white 30 to 40-year-old handlers who are being paid by the parent organization came over and said, hey, let's back off. That's good for now. We got some good stuff there. You confronting the fascists or whatever. Let's back up now. Let's not give them a photo op. So I mean, this is 101 for actor agitation at these protests. The organizers, their job is to control the situation,
Right.
Make sure they've got enough B-roll and these other things to show or at least give the appearance of natural revulsion from what's happening, that the locals hate it, all these other things. I mean, everyone who's interviewed, Sean, for the local news or for NBC or Telemundo, they were paid protesters,
Wow.
Paid at least in the sense that their handlers were paid to bring them there, and paid in the sense that they didn't pay for their travel, their food, their water. They were brought in as a
Right.
prop and used in this way.
And coached, it seems like, to give those interviews to kind of, essentially put forth that narrative. It's no better than what places like Iran do with state media, because the local news comes down, they play along, and that whole thing. Well, that is a wild development from Alligator Alcatraz. Unfortunately, not surprising, right? Because of what we've seen across the country with stuff like this, but a wild development nonetheless. You did great work out there in Los Angeles with the LA riots. Great work. Everywhere you go, you do amazing work, and it's awesome to have you, Ed, with LFA TV as our correspondent out there. And of course, anytime you got something, you just let me know. We'll set you up and bring you on. I hope you have a happy, healthy, and safe Independence Day. Enjoy this holiday weekend, and thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much, Sean. You do a great job here. I love the show, and of course, I'm just glad to be part of the team. God bless
All
you.
right, thank you so much. Ed Szall joined us. Updates from Alligator Alcatraz. Greatly appreciate his time, and we wish him the best. There you go. Hey, by the way, we just made history on our show, as that was the first time in probably a few years, I think since we interviewed John Strand, that we brought a guest on live.
That was great. He was great.
He was awesome.
It all flowed nicely.
It did. That was. I think it worked. I think it worked well. There may
Yeah.
be a few tweaks. Maybe we got. I think that worked okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
We will. Listen. We will keep running like a well-oiled machine. And Ed Szall's doing a great job. If you're not following him, then listen. I don't know what to tell you, but he's great. Love him, and he's doing a wonderful job everywhere he goes. Great to have him here as a member of the LFA TV family, the LFA TV team. All right, I want to get to a message, a word from somebody who, may look familiar, right? It's the great Jeremy Harrell, and he's got a message for you.
Hey guys, what's going on? I got an incredible offer here for you from Pure Health Research. This is going to blow your mind. Look, I know so many people out there, especially as we get older, we want to drop a few pounds. We lose a little energy. We lose a little testosterone. We lose a little, estrogen. We just lose as we get older. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to gain, and this message is just for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to what? Make America healthy again. They are aligned with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s mission, and I'm aligned with that. Their 2 best-selling health supplements right now that are leading the way is the liver health formula. Over 100 million Americans are sluggish because of a liver that is riddled with fatty deposits. This can kill your metabolism, pile on pounds, make you feel tired, all that. Liver health formula will take care of that. It supports your liver health with special nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. This is one of the easiest ways to slim down. Next is the lymph system support. If you struggle with fluid buildup or swelling in your legs, ankles, been there, done that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to be for you. The natural ingredient in the lymph system formula helps gently flush extra fluids and toxins out of the body. Right now, you can get a limited time offer, 35% off right now. 35% off by going to purehealthresearch.com and using promo code LFA. That's Pure Health Research right now. Use promo code LFA and you'll get 35% off targeted products. I need something for this. I need something for that. They got it. And I want you to check out their reviews online. They are through the roof. purehealthresearch.com. Promo code LFA.
PureHealthResearch.com, promo code LFA. Thank you, Jeremy, for that message. Obviously, check it out. Sounds like a pretty awesome product there. Is Hakeem still talking?
Yeah, Dollar he's still talking.
Dollar Store. That's obviously short for Dollar Store Obama. Yeah, Dollar Store. She said Dollar Store. That's great. Yeah, all right, so he's still going. He has been talking for almost 4 hours. You know, we got to do some math here. I think the rule is so they have 212, divide that by 60, and that is he should be done if it's only 1 minute per person. Now, if it's 2 minutes per rep, then he's going to keep going. He might be able to go for 7 straight hours. That's crazy.
At least
this guy.
To this, he's still going.
Yeah, if it's live and he's talking, then he's talking. All right. Well, after he's done, and this is how you know the big, beautiful bill's going to pass, because he wouldn't be stalling like this if it wasn't going to pass. But, the J.D. Vance put a post up and said, I just had a GOP congressman text me who was undecided on the bill and said, Hakeem Jeffries is forcing me to vote yes. So there you go. I don't know. Look, I don't know if that's true or if Vance is just trolling, because, listen, Vance, he's almost as good a troll as Donald Trump. He's out there on Blue Sky having some fun, but we got that. All right, I want to play for you. We just did Alligator Alcatraz. You know what? We got to break out one of the old props. It's the Joy Reid glasses. They're back. I've got a clip from Joy Reid. You will never guess. Well, it's going by in the ticker, I think, so you will guess. But how Joy Reid is talking about Alligator Alcatraz. Glasses on. Glasses on. Remember, prolonged exposure to Joy Reid can cause retinal damage and potentially suicidal thoughts and explosive diarrhea. So glasses on as we hear from Joy Reid about Alligator Alcatraz. Ed's report is a lot better than this report, but here you go. That's not Joy Reid. That's
forget about him, but Ron DeSantis is still governor of Florida. He took the Comfy Couch hosts on a tour of the concentration camp that he's building in Florida in order to round up brown people, and throw them in a camp because he doesn't want them in Florida. Surprise, surprise, the economy of Florida is going to be severely harmed by rounding up brown people who, by the way, all over this country, Latinos are afraid to go to work. Anybody who is perceived or looks Latino is afraid to go to work. I know people who are...
I know Latinos that aren't afraid to go to work. You know why they're not afraid to go to work? You want to take one guess why some Latinos that we know aren't afraid to go to work?
Because they're legal.
Because they're legal. Wow, that's interesting. This is why we have to use these, because what she says is so stupid. If it penetrates your eyes, it can go straight to your brain. You can wind up you could become an idiot like Joy Reid. Good to bring the glasses back out. All right. On the other side of this break, I want to talk to you about CBS. We're going to go through CBS just a minute. They are paying Donald Trump. They're going to have to pay up for the 60 Minutes edit heard around the world, courtesy of the great Maze Moore, who was the first person, I think, to expose that whole thing. So we will get to that. And then we'll do your calls. 4th of July weekend. If you guys and gals are excited, give us a call. I want to hear from you at 631-527-4545 in about 10 minutes or so. Before we do that, I want to talk to you about our friends over at Silent. That's SLNT, Silent, SLNT.com/Sean. You know what's going on out there. Between the government, big tech, corporate America, and criminals, your privacy is compromised 24/7. There's no other options right now. You have to protect yourself, and that starts with Silent. Silent's Faraday products block all incoming and outgoing signals so that your devices are invisible and safe. That's right, invisible and safe from the outside world, from their backpacks, phone sleeves, and even pants. That's right, the pantalones. They've got Faraday pants that'll block all those signals. Patented signal blocking technology blocks wireless signals, giving you peace of mind that your data does not end up in the wrong hands. Just place your device inside of it, close it, and that's all you've got to do. You are safeguarded from unauthorized access. These products block all incoming and outgoing signals, blocks radiation that's emitted from these devices, in case you're concerned about that, which is a valid concern. You hear a lot about these potential devices with the radiation, Bluetooth, etc. And it prevents you from being tracked and hacked as long as your device is protected by Silent's Faraday product. Let's go to Silent, slnt.com/Sean for 15% off at checkout. That's Silent, slnt.com/Sean for 15% off at checkout and free shipping on qualified orders. Silent, slnt.com/Sean, Silent, slnt.com/SHAWN. All right, CBS is going to show me the money, right? CBS has to pay Donald Trump $16 million with an M dollars. CBS Paramount to pay Trump $16 million over the edited Kamala Harris interview heard around the world. Remember when she gave one answer and then it was a very bad answer, which they showed everybody. They were like, this is what, and we were like, that is what she answered when it comes to Israel. And then the full feature on 60 Minutes aired, and it was a totally different answer. CBS's parent company, Paramount, has agreed to pay President Donald Trump a multi-million-dollar settlement. Settle! After CBS's 60 Minutes was accused of deceptively editing an interview with then Vice President Kamala Harris to influence voters in the run-up to the 2024 election. Now, this is not a free speech violation, right? Trump suing. This is actually, they violated FCC guidelines by deceptively editing. The reason why this was a deceptive edit is because they played it off that was Kamala Harris's actual answer to that question when it wasn't. Right? So that's why it violated that. And that's why CBS didn't fight. They settled out of court because they settled out of court because they knew they were in the wrong. According to Fox News, Trump is going to receive $16 million up front. The money is expected to cover legal fees, case-related expenses, and potential contributions to Donald Trump's future presidential library or charitable efforts at his discretion. In addition to the cash settlement, the outlet reported that CBS is anticipated to allocate a significant sum, reportedly in the mid-8-figure range, toward conservative-friendly public service announcements, advertisements, or similar messaging. Paramount management has disputed this portion of the settlement. The agreement also includes a sweeping editorial change known internally as the Trump Rule. CBS will now be required to release full, unedited transcripts of interviews with presidential candidates promptly going forward. This was a disaster for CBS. Now, let's take a trip down memory lane again, courtesy of the great Maze Moore, who was one of the first people, I think the first person on X to break this story. He put this video together, Mazemoore, the great Maze Moore on X put this together. Take a look at what the answer was supposed to be and what they turned the answer into. Watch.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We are not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Forks out, shields up, ho, ho, ho. It's word salad time. Now, come on, let's be honest. That first answer was worthy of this. That second answer was worthy of a smaller fork, right? But let's think about it. I mean, that is what CBS did, and that cost them $16 million. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, $16 million. Over an edit they didn't have to make. I mean, they had to make it because they wanted Kamala to win, and they figured we make this edit, we make her look good. You know, our internal polling has her up in the election. They thought she was going to win. So obviously they weren't going to be held accountable because she would have been the president. Ooh, isn't that a bad thought? Ugh. Blah. I want to eat this OFP Farm soap just to cleanse myself of the thought of Kamala Harris being president. Right? It smells so good.
Oh, no,
It just smells so good. It doesn't smell like I want to eat it, but it smells really good. But they thought Kamala was going to win, and it was going to be, her appointees in charge of the FCC, and there wouldn't be a problem. Well, they ran into a problem. They ran into Bill. I don't know how to pronounce that. Billicle says in there, I'd like to start by saying I grew up in a middle-class family where people had green grass. Remember that? They loved their lawns and their trees. Okay, thanks, Kamala Harris. Just a stupid. Can we just say it? What a stupid person, right? Kamala Harris. What a stupid person. So there it was. So CBS over that edit, and I like to compare it like this. People go, how is that a deceptive edit? They released both versions. Actually, they're being transparent. No. Before the interview, they told you this is what you were getting. And then you watch the interview on TV, and they said, no, actually, this is what you're getting. So picture yourself going into a car dealership, and your salesman sells you this. You think you got a great deal, right? You got this amazing deal. It's a brand new Mercedes-Benz for like nothing, right? Perfect condition, nothing wrong with it. And then, you come back to pick up the car, and they give you this, tin can that's rotting into the ground. They'd be like, no, actually, this is what you get. CBS did the opposite, right? CBS did the opposite. CBS said, well, look, here's what you're getting. And then they gave you something better. They baited and switched you the other way, but it was still deceptive because they played it as if that's how she answered the question. It's not how she answered the question. The first answer, as you can see in that video, was a mess.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Yeah, okay. So $16 million edit. Was it worth it, CBS? And a new policy. Was it worth it? I don't think so. All right. Well, there you have it. So $16 million coming from CBS. All right. We're going to get to your calls at 631-527-4545. We'd appreciate hearing from you as we go into the July 4th Independence Day weekend. Now, LFA TV, we're off tomorrow. We will not be streaming tomorrow. However, I will be on 1210 WPHT for 4 hours. So if you want to start your Independence Day the best way possible, tomorrow morning, 1210 WPHT, it's going to stream live on YouTube. It'll be live on the Odyssey app. Join that show, and we'll have call-ins there as well if you'd like. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow morning on 1210. Start your Independence Day the right way.
Will anybody be from LFA on tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Gosh, the wording of that question was all over the place.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody. I think LFA is going to just be, we may be running like a repeat of yes of today. I don't know.
I gave someone the wrong information. Then I said that I think some people will be on, but not sure who.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we're off tomorrow. I think the whole network's off tomorrow. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I think that's what it is. Dollar Stoke check. What do we got?
Dollar Stoke's still going.
He's still going.
He's snacking now.
He's snacking?
Yep.
What do you mean snacking? He's eating something?
Yeah, well,
what is he eating?
I can't tell, but it's in his mouth. But he's still talking with
It could be anything if it's in his mouth. Okay, let's get to a word from our friends over at Patriot Mobile while we wait for your calls at 631-527-4545. PatriotMobile.com/Farish. Farash. Spell it right. Don't spell it wrong. Spell it right. Don't spell it wrong. 631-527-4545. Look, there's so many choices that you can make when it comes to, there's a lot of choice when it comes to your mobile carrier, right? Your cell carrier. But I encourage you to join Patriot Mobile, right? I encourage you to join Patriot Mobile. There's new ones popping up all over the place. So Patriot Mobile is the best that you can get. Here's the truth. There's only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American that believes freedom is worth fighting for, and that is Patriot Mobile. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been on the front lines fighting for our God-given rights and freedoms while also providing exceptional nationwide cell phone service with access to all three of the major networks. Don't just take my word for it. Ask the hundreds of thousands of Americans who have made the switch and are now supporting causes that they believe in simply by joining Patriot Mobile. Switching is easier than ever. You can activate in minutes from the comfort of your own home. You keep your number, You can keep your phone, or you can upgrade your phone to something better when you make that switch to Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile has an all U.S.-based support team. Isn't that what everybody's looking for these days? An all U.S.-based support team standing by to take care of you. Call 972-PATRIOT today, or go to patriotmobile.com/Farish, F-A-R-A-S-H. Use the promo code Farish, F-A-R-A-S-H, Foxtrot Alpha Romeo Alpha Sierra Hotel, for a free month of service. That is patriotmobile.com/Farish or 972-PATRIOT. Make the switch to Patriot Mobile today. All right, let's get to your call. 631-527-4545. 631-527-4545. We are going to our call line, which is blowing up right now. And we are connecting. These connections are taking longer than they took last week. Remember last week? They were rather instant. But we are connected right now. Who do we have on the line with us?
It's your girl, Conservative Autumn.
It is Conservative Autumn. Gracie, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Been dealing with some health issues, but otherwise I'm doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing all right. Hope you're feeling. Hope you wind up feeling better with those health issues. Are you ready and excited for the 4th of July?
Oh, yes. Gas prices are down, Trump is back, and America is proud again, and I'm really excited.
That's right. And are you excited for the passage of the big, beautiful bill? You look at it, it's a big, beautiful bill. Tax cuts. Well, I put on X this morning. We want tax cuts. We want tax cuts. We're going to get our tax. Yes, Gracie, thank you so much. Hey, I'm so excited to hear from you. Obviously, we hope you feel better. We hope those health issues pass by the wayside. Stay strong and enjoy your 4th of July, okay? Thanks for calling in.
Yes, you guys too. Have a great 4th of July.
All right, thank you. You too. It's Gracie, Conservative Autumn. We want tax cuts. We want tax cuts. That's like the We Want Tables chant from WWE. Sometimes during the matches, the crowd starts chanting, "We want tables," so the guys throw each other through tables. It's great. All right, let's go to another veteran caller, not necessarily of the military, but a veteran who calls. She's a regular. This is Heather from Kansas City, the #1 Swiftie. What's up, Heather?
I'm calling as Kamala because I haven't shown up in a little bit, and you showed my clip, and I get offended with that. But the big beautiful bill. Anyway,
we love the big beautiful bill. By the way, we're very excited about it. Wait, say it, Heather. We want tax cuts. We want tax cuts. Yeah, let's go. Everybody who calls has to do that today. Everyone who calls has to do that today.
Absolutely. How does he talk that much? He even was talking and he said, and in the United States of America. I'm like, what?
This guy, you know what? I have the Smurf turd on my table, the blue tacky stuff. This is him. He's just oh, this is broken. He's just stretching it out. You ever take like the silly putty you stretch out and it just starts to he's just stretching. He's milking that cow for everything it's worth.
Right? And I really hope that the people that said no, like J.D. Vance said, will change their minds by what idiotic stuff he's talking about. And I'm like, yeah, all the Medicaid's going away for the illegal people, maybe. I don't know.
1.4 million illegal aliens are getting kicked off of Medicaid because of this. 1.4 million illegals.
And I actually have had patients call me and like, is my stuff going to go away? I'm like, I haven't heard that, ma'am or sir or whatever. I'm like, I haven't heard that.
Be careful when you assume, by the way.
It's I know, right? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I try not to get into it. But anyway, so yeah, 4th of July tomorrow. Thank the Lord. I'm off. We have a church picnic tomorrow. And
nice.
I was going to tell you, I don't know if you know who Frank White is in Kansas City. Do you know who he is?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not 100 on it.
I think he's a congressman here. They actually are doing petitions to recall him. And so they got enough signatures and they sent it in. So apparently there's going to be a recall, and they want to recall our Mayor Lucas, and they want to recall a couple others. So
sounds like a full-fledged mutiny out there in Kansas City. All right, well, you have a happy, healthy, and safe Independence Day. Have a great weekend, and thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And you, Brendan, have a good one as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Heather. Have a good weekend. All right. We got to get to a quick word from our friends at Armor Colostrum, and then we'll take a few more of your calls. Keep on calling in, 631-527-4545. This is tryarmor.com/LFA TV. That's tryarmra.com/LFA TV. You know I'm always on the lookout for ways to improve my metabolism, strengthen my immunity and gut health, and help my hair and skin. You know that colostrum can do that for you and more. It's the first nutrition we receive in life. Contains all the essential nutrients that our bodies need in order to thrive. You can reactivate your hair growth and help your skin glow, fortify your gut health, and ignite your metabolism by combating bloating. You could feel lighter. You know, probiotics are always touted as this fixing, this big magic pill you could take, probiotics, but it only addresses one part of the 4-part gut wall. Colostrum does all that and more. It naturally fortifies your entire gut wall system, optimizing your microbiome and strengthening the gut wall architecture, which guards against irritants that can trigger symptoms like bloating and constipation. You can also fuel your fitness, performance, and recovery. Check it out at tryarmor.com/LFA TV. That is tryarmra.com/LFA TV for 15% off of your first order. Tryarmor.com/LFA TV for 15% off of your first order. Back to your calls at 631-527-4545. Picking up one right now, trying to connect as we do, and we are connected. Who do we have on the line here?
This is Cody from Florida.
Cody from Florida. Cody from X. We love you, Cody. What's happening, brother?
Hey, first off, I want to hope you guys have a great 4th of July weekend. But
you too,
hey,
sir.
I also wanted to thank you. I just wanted to bring up the fact that we spoke on the phone about 2 months ago about these tariffs when they first were introduced.
That's right.
And that the short-term pain is going to equal long-term gains.
That's right. He's a good student.
Yes, sir. And if we look at the stock market today, I am very confident that it's going to pass actually what we were 2 months ago before these trade deals hits. And now that we're going to surpass that and have these trade deals, we are going to be in a way better position than we were before. So it just goes to show you that these panicans, these tax experts on the internet, they're all full of crap.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, look, we looked at it, short-term pain, long-term gain, and I looked at short-term pain in the slump, and I said, discount day. You know, I'm a big believer in crypto, and we kind of felt that coming for a while. So I pulled a little Nancy Pelosi type move and was like, you know, I think I'm about to play this game the right way and buy the dip. And you know what? It worked out pretty well. So I would say just stay calm and have faith in the Trump economy. 147,000 jobs or something like that in June, beating expectations again. Short-term pain, long-term gain, and tax cuts are in the future. So we're very happy about that.
Absolutely. Like Trump says, the best is yet to come.
That's right, Cody. Thank you. You have a great 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Have a safe Independence Day. And thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sean. Bye.
All right. Cody from X at Lawn Chairs is
from Florida.
That is his handle is at Lawn LAWN because his last name is Lawn is that chair CHAIRR.
Ah,
it's a sassy chair, like a chair. Where we at? Dollar store check. Where are we at?
Dollar store. Let's see.
Is he still eating?
He's still going. He's still got stuff in his mouth.
Jeez.
Everyone looks so bored behind.
Yeah, well, there's people falling asleep behind him. There's people falling asleep. All right, we have another call coming in right now. We're going to try to connect this one. We've spoken to a bunch of people today. Let's get to this one. Who do we have on the line here?
Hey, this is Mr. Ted from Michigan.
Mr. Ted from Michigan. What is up, Mr. Ted?
Well, I just was watching the news this morning about that, what was that guy's name? Strohberger in Idaho that pleaded guilty on those.
Yeah, Brian Kohberger, the murderer, yes.
It's just an awful thing. Well, anyways, they had one of the parents of those poor girls that were murdered.
Yeah.
And he said this morning that he wasn't consulted at all about this plea deal. And I'm thinking, as a father of a daughter, I agree. I mean, I'd be the one who wanted to put one through his heart.
Right.
I mean, he should have got the death penalty. It's not right that a prosecutor can go ahead and just, make that kind of judgment. And when you got all these parents saying no. No,
and even worse than that, Ted from Michigan, was that apparently the parents found out about this plea deal in an email. Like it wasn't, there was no consultation. It was just they emailed them the idea to do this plea deal, it's just terrible. It heartbreaks for those families.
That's worse. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
All right, brother. Well, hoping everybody there in LFA land has a happy 4th.
That's right. Thank you so much, Ted. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Ted from Michigan. Yes, I forgot all about that until he brought it up. That Idaho murder case from a few years ago, those college students that were murdered, and he avoided the death penalty with a plea deal. And the parents are like, "Oh, why were we not consulted on it?" And obviously the prosecutors are looking for the conviction, so they get the guilty plea. Better off for them, for the prosecutor anyway. But the families wanted to see this guy put down. Their loved ones didn't get a chance to live forever, in the comfort of a prison. If you want to say it's comfortable, he's still alive. So heartbreaking situation out there for sure. All right, that's going to do it for our call segment today. Thank you everybody who gave us a call. We really appreciate it. You got the 4th of July coming up, Independence Day. And listen, tomorrow morning, 12:10 WPHT, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check my social media for the links. And of course, we'll be talking about the big beautiful bill, as I'm sure that's going to be passing very, very soon, and many other things. If you'd like to start your Independence Day the right way, you could do it with your boy on 12:10 WPHT tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching and listening. As always, I want to do take a quick look at the LFA TV store before Jeremy Harrell comes up next. Remember, 4th of July tomorrow. There's no better way, no better time. Obviously, you're not going to get the stuff in time, but you can go ahead and get this stuff in time for summer. Beach season, beach towels. You got the coffee mugs, all sorts of great stuff at the LFA TV store. Check out the merch at the LFA TV store at lfatv.us or jeremyherald.com/store. That's lfatv.us or jeremyherald.com/store. Jeremy is coming up next with Live from America for the final 2 hours of Live from America this week. Coming up right here at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. As President Trump would say, we will never give up, we will never give in, and we will never, ever surrender. And if all else fails, we will just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for watching and listening today. Thank you to the great Ed Szall for jumping on, giving us that update on the paid protesters outside of Alligator Alcatraz in the Everglades in the great free state of Florida. Mustard, as Ron DeSantis would say. Ed's hit today was absolutely phenomenal. Once again, Jeremy Harrell coming up next on Live from America for the next 2 hours. Have a happy, healthy, safe Independence Day. In the words of John Fetterman, good night, everybody. Bang gavel. And in the words of Donald Trump, until next week, thank you for your attention to this matter. We'll see you on Monday.